Searching podcasts for Dave, and one more time.
We learned recently that Corvettes are apparently super secure vehicles. In fact, you can leave top secret materials in their general vicinity. And hey, it's all good, bro. For the record, this podcast is not classified. If it falls into the enemy's hands, well, those idiots will get what they deserve. Why should Americans be the only ones to suffer these two fools? This is Dave and Juan.
And 3.
Number 2.
That's always followed by 1. Ta-da.
Oh, da-da-da. It's a different time frame right now.
We're
man.
already off. And like exactly, it's an evening podcast. We haven't done one of these in a while. Hi, everybody. Oh, we forgot the other part. America.
Hey.
Should we address
dude,
America? Should we address America before we tell them who we are? Or just...
Yeah, right. Let's tell us who we are and tell them who we are because we're about to get back into America.
Hi, everybody. How are you? I'm Dave.
I'm Juan.
And this is Dave and Juan.
More time.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And I tell you what, exactly, especially this week, America, we got you. Look at us. You're welcome.
You're welcome. Man.
You're welcome.
Yeah. You need something to be grateful for.
We are back here. This is, again, you don't care, but we do. We're doing this on a Thursday evening. Which is we used to do them back in the day in the evening, but then realized that we're old guys and it's easier just to do them in the morning sometimes and closer to when these things actually launched because so we're doing this a few days ahead of of the air date on Monday, a few days, and who knows, we may have a new president by then.
There's a part of me that says hope so, but then there's a part of me that says let's hope not.
Hey, let's look at what Plan B. Whoa, take a good long look at Plan B and say, you know what? So because
but if that were the case, and instead of leaving on whatever the helicopter is that they typically leave on, how cool would it be if he left driving that vet?
Going to roll out of here in a vet, probably with documents flying at the back end of it. But so those of you, let us get kept, because part of our job, for those of you that pay attention to nothing all week and wait for Dave and Juan to show up and tell you a little bit about what's going on in the world. So apparently, earlier in the week, they came out with an announcement that, hey, we kind of found some
we're cleaning this old office.
Some classified documents in a place they're not supposed to be. They're in an office at a university that happens to be mostly funded by
a government that we're not really supposed to be fans of.
As the last guy would say, China. Yeah. China.
My initial question on that was, I've cleaned out, I've moved out of places. I don't think I've ever got a lawyer to go clean it out for me now.
On your own dime. That's the other thing too. It's like these were private lawyers who miraculously find stuff that you were supposed to go to jail for. Apparently, like the other,
a couple of months ago, it was like there's absolutely no excuse for this.
They busted into the other guy's house, man. They searched the other guy's underage son's room looking for stuff, man. They went through his wife's underwear drawer looking for.
I'm going to go ahead and guess, things that are in my house tend to be a little bit more secure than the things that are in the office that I no longer occupy.
And that's really what we're bringing up here is the hypocrisy of what happens in this world, right? When it's like, and you step back and say, look, guys, I'm okay what are the rules? Give us a set of rules, right? That's it.
Yeah, I've always said, I bet they all have, all the past presidents have.
I'm 1,000% sure that most of the stuff that they quote unquote classify should not be classified because government is about protecting government. Mm-hmm. Those guys are playing a shell game, and the more stuff they classify, the less they have to tell you, right? That's what all this stuff is. So that happens where they kind of say, oopsie, we found a bunch of, and that's when the argument comes like, well,
yeah, but we're being transparent. Granted,
Yeah.
we found it in early November.
Yeah, we're just telling you that now.
We're now mid-January, but
And a few
yeah.
days and a few days later, whoopsie, yeah, we got some more stuff.
Yeah.
But it's in a garage at his house.
But it's
but
safe there, man. Yeah, that's a valuable place in a garage.
Today was so bizarre. It was one of the most bizarre. I was actually jogging, wasn't enjoying myself. I was trying to get back into, but I was jogging and I had on the earbuds, and I was listening to a radio show talk about it, and they played a clip, and it was just bizarre. Like, wait a minute, does that guy just realize he admitted a felony on live TV?
Right.
Like, do you realize,
because it's in it to watch him. He's gone off the card, his little his little note card. Then I guess the question threw him off, and he goes back and looks up.
No, he threw out Corvette. See, my man loves him talking about that Corvette, and as soon as the reporter asked the question about which he just felt but said, "Hey, my Corvette's in a locked garage. It's not like I'm leaving it on the street." Well, first of all, what's the easiest thing to break into on a house?
Yeah, I broke into mine a few times.
Exactly. So anyway, that's what's happening today, and there's going to be some more stuff to come, y'all. And like I said,
the girl on the side in the red dress on the side of Ducey, though, watch her face. When he's going in it, like there's a look of surprise, and then it's like a big smile, like, oh my God.
So there you go. So that's what's happening. So we're going to put a little timestamp. That's what's happening or happened today. And it'll be funny, I hope, to see how this plays out. But yeah, we'll see. By the time this airs, we may have to do a little clip.
Yeah, a little crawl on the thing. Yeah, breaking news.
So if he actually would ever resign, you think they would tell him he resigned, or just don't tell him to settle? Just go back to the beach, man. Just go do what you're gonna do. But that's all.
Take the top down on your car and cruise around.
But just for those of you that are going to run for public office in the future, and you're just looking for a little checklist, don't admit to felonies on live TV, right?
Right, especially when you're trying to talk about how innocent this was.
But then say how seriously you take it.
Yeah,
everybody knows me. I take this stuff seriously. That's why I got classified documents in a box near my car in the garage. But hey, man, it's all I can do. We could have solved ourselves this problem had I won that 4-H election that we talked about last week, because you know what happened. The juggernaut would have started rolling.
Right. They threw you a wrench in your political path.
If I became president in 4th grade and just shocking the world when a 4th grader would never win in the elementary 4th, 5th, and 6th, but didn't happen. But my buddy Raleigh texted me, I guess, while he was watching it, and I tell you what, it's funny. Certain things I can remember that I shouldn't remember back in the day in great detail, and some things I can't. But he's got a bizarro memory too, and he told me, he says, "No, man, your election," and I forgot how we did it back then. It was in the gym. That's how many people were in the 4-H club. It was pretty much all. It's like pretty much all 4th, 5th, and 6th grade was in 4-H.
Yeah, man, you're in a rural town. That's a happening thing.
Galliana had a stellar 4-H program, and
that was your earliest professional networking, right?
And
there.
Apparently, I forgot the person. I thought it was a young lady named Lisa that ran, but it was a young lady named Suzanne who ran 6th grade, but I had the other part true.
I was gonna say equally as popular and equally as nice.
My God! Well, yeah, I mean, just probably the most popular person in the class. Just a beautiful young lady, super nice. I mean, just like nothing at all. I would have probably voted for her had I not run. But I didn't realize that he said, "No, man, you guys said you were running. Well, the day of the election, right? They made us leave, and then you voted by raising your hand. So everybody saw who everybody voted for." And he said, "Bro, it was the 4th grade against 5th and 6th, man. You got like all the 4th grade." You got all the 4th grade votes, but 5th and 6th, because 5th graders are wannabes.
Right. You got to go for the older kid.
If I'd have known that, I'd have split the 5th grade vote. If I could have split the 5th grade vote.
So the 5th grade was kind of like the swing state.
Pretty much. They were like Pennsylvania or
Yeah.
Arizona, and except the fifth grade election at Galliana was far more legit than the Arizona election or the Pennsylvania election.
But if they'd have done a secret ballot, who knows what would have happened?
Exactly what I'm saying. As peer pressure, I can't believe they had elections that way. So, but I was young. I didn't know the challenge. I didn't know to say, hey, I just don't think you should vote for this by everybody getting to see who voted for who.
Right.
So anyway, so anybody out there that was in my fourth grade class, Gallian Elementary, voted for me, shout out to you, man.
You got robbed, people. You got robbed. Your vote didn't count right.
Of this leadership right here. Because man, we'd have taken that club to I have no idea what happened.
It would have been 5-8 by the time you left.
Oh, yeah. Well, we're just getting it all out there. If those of you that aren't paying attention to the news, and you may not have heard this yet, but apparently they want to ban gas stoves.
Yeah, I got one downstairs.
Gas stoves.
I'm pretty sure, at least the vast majority of restaurants you ever eat in.
Oh, yes.
If not all of them.
Let me tell you.
Have a gas stove.
The house I'm in, and we bought this house a little over 20 years ago. It's got an electric stove, not because I want one. And when we remodeled this house, man, I wanted to put a gas stove in, but it's just the way the silly house is designed. It's on an island, and it would have entailed.
Yeah, running that gas line would have been.
Well, not even that.
Nightmare.
The gas line might have been okay, but it's to vent it. Like it's just.
That's true.
Yeah, it's very difficult to vent.
Over an island.
Well, and I've got a 2-story house, so where am I going to vent it? You can't. It's not like you can vent to an attic. And here's some Dave and Juan structural.
There you go.
So anyway, so I'm stuck with an electric stove, and that sucks, man. I mean, we may get by, but man, you give me but gas is the way.
Dude, in the house we used to live in, I think it was worse than electric because it was like that glass top.
It's pretty much. No, that's pretty much what I got. But that's actually. It's not the coils. You're talking about
right. It's just smooth. It's like I can't even tell when this.
That's what we have. Now you can tell when it kind of glows.
But if you turn the wrong one on and walk away.
How many times I've done that? How many times I'm standing there and I feel, why am I feeling heat? Because you can't even call it a burner. Ain't nothing burning. Yeah. It's just glowing. And dude, don't touch that. That's the other thing too. So anyway, the morons, and I'm an equal opportunity. I don't know which side. I kind of know which side's pushing it more than others, but that'll tell you.
Largely a New York thing at this point.
I'm sure California's going to jump on.
Yeah.
California hasn't found the first thing it doesn't want to ban except pot. Everything else.
I guess all those houses just use coal to heat them.
Must, but and I wonder if that ban would stretch to like boiling crawfish. I mean, is that like propane tanks outside? You know what I'm saying? Like what? Where do you draw the line? Where do you draw the line? And again, that's the biggest problem we got to deal with. The world we're living in, with everything going on,
right. All the problems are solved.
Oh, you think sometimes they do this kind of stuff just to get your mind off of, like, it's got to, because I am of the conspiracy theory kind of mind too. Like people, I've read a couple of people making comments today, the thing with all of a sudden these classified documents that they're finding all of a sudden, that's just to take your attention off of something way worse that's going on, right? Just it's always, hey, look over here. Let's, so let's get them all worried about banning gas stoves.
Gas stove.
So
but wouldn't it be the same thing with like a gas heater?
You'd think. I don't know. Right? They do these things like it'd be a fight. I tell you what though, if they do say they're going to pass this, and it looks like I can't see how it would possibly happen, I would spend the money. I'd figure out a way to get a gas stove. I would have one. I'm telling you right now, dude.
Get one outside.
I'm gonna. Yes, on general principle, I'm gonna figure out a way to put. Won't make any sense financially, but I will put a freaking gas stove in this house, just to make my stand. But let's see. You think of me, but all the other things they screwed up over time, right? We talked about this before. Clothes washing machines that they're ridiculous now.
Toilets.
Yeah. That's the other thing I always said, if I've never built a house. We bought a few, over the years, but I've never built one. If I was building one right now, I guess you'd have to like cut deals on the sides for code. I'd want old toilets. Like, I don't care, get on eBay. I don't care, get on some, go find a house that give me some good old fashioned, like the ones at my mom's house in Thibodeau, dude. We had aquariums that didn't hold as much water as the tanks. That's a flush. That's how you have.
It could be a misflush, and you can get the job done.
Oh, you only got half a tank. That's still plenty good. That's how you keep a system going for 50 years, man. You got to put some water down that dang thing. I'm jinxing it. As soon as I say that, something's gonna happen.
They're gonna call you.
No, we gotta, that they messed up that. They messed up. Well, with dishwashers, it's more the detergent. They changed all the detergent where literally it just doesn't clean. It's
it's all cloudy all the time and whatever. Don't get hot enough.
Now you're making me upset that I didn't, run again, get that political juggernaut. I could have saved this from all this stuff, but all right, didn't. Yeah. Didn't happen. So
talking about gas heaters and stuff. So my dad's got a gas heater, and he had a doctor's appointment super early this morning. Had some tests that I had to go get him to. So I slept at his house last night.
Okay.
I think it was when we woke up about 4:30 this morning. It was about 67 degrees. So last night was not a cool night. At his house, other than the living room, the only bedroom that has a ceiling fan is his. And when my mom passed away, he vowed he would never be cold again. So so I said I'll just sleep on the couch because I needed that fan to sleep with. And so when he goes to bed, he says, the temperature okay? I said, yeah, I'm fine. And he said, well, the thermostat's on 70. It's 74 right now. So I'm thinking, oh, sweet, this AC is about to kick in.
He had the heater on.
Oh.
Hey, man. The man.
It's like
the man's 88 years old.
Yeah. I wasn't going to do anything, but then sleeping on the couch. I realized, the couch inside arm to inside arm is probably 5.5 feet long.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little over 6 feet tall. There's what is like a battery operated. I guess does like what a grandfather clock would do, where that sucker chimes on the hour every hour.
The sofa does?
No, a clock on the wall.
Okay.
A wall clock.
What kind of sofa does your dad have?
It's fancy, man. It's fancy.
Yeah.
So
bro, my sofa chimes.
I'm wadded up on the couch, hot, and waking up every hour on the hour.
74 is not exactly a sauna, bro. I mean, 70.
I'm used to sleeping like 70.
I know you're one of those Eskimos. I get it.
It's not a sauna if the air runs and gets things circulating. But I brought my weighted blanket, and you can't sleep that high.
You did not bring you did not,
dude. And my pillow.
You are a middle-aged child when it comes to sleeping somewhere, man.
I could have slept on my old bed because I guarantee you it's probably the same mattress.
I got to bring my own blankie, not a regular blankie, a weighted blankie.
But then, so I woke up before, because that's what he said. You got your alarm clock? I said I got my phone. He said that's gonna work. It's going. Yeah, I said every day.
Every day.
Every day. And he said, I said, well, what time you getting up? And he said, about 4:45. And he said, what time are you getting up? I said, well, if we're leaving at 5:15, I'll probably get up at 5. And he said, I'll just get up when you get up. Well, that to him meant I was going to wake him up. So now it's a little after 5, and I don't hear anything down the hall. And so I go in the room, and I can't even tell if he's in the bed. And I start tapping, and I grab his foot. And I say, Daddy. And then here's a man. Listen, first of all, he wears hearing aids and he needs them, so he doesn't have those on to sleep. And has stayed in that house by himself since my mom passed almost 4
Yeah.
years ago.
And now
So
he's got a
here I
guy
am
pulling on his foot.
waking him up from dead sleep. Whoa. It's Juan. It's Juan.
Well, so you actually gave him a little bit of a cardiac test right there. That's pretty
Exactly.
good.
Exactly.
I
Oh, he
mean,
passed.
whew, man. So like a bit of a flashback. Like you feel like a little boy again, like we're going into your dad's room. Dad,
Yeah, I'm
wait,
home.
wake up. Man. So
But
make
then
it
my sister came with us, but they made me drive.
so what
And
so how far was the appointment? How far was the appointment from
in Baton Rouge. So
oh, you had to come. He should have just
yeah,
left at your house.
but this, I don't know. My sister is phenomenal for all the stuff she does for him. And I
But
don't pay a squat of attention.
I got you.
And so when she asked me to do something, I say, yeah.
Sure. I got you, man. I got you.
So I just thought I was going to drive him there and she was going to meet us there and take him home. I live in Baton Rouge and I work in Baton Rouge. And yeah, I wasn't planning to take the day off. We had to be there for 6:30.
Right.
And so then, yesterday I called her and said, all right, well, where's this place? Where am I going? And she said, well, I said, so you're just going to meet us there? No, we're all going to ride together. I said, what do you mean? How are we going to ride together? And she said, well, we'll just leave our cars at his house and we'll take his car. And then I realized she's envisioning me staying there all day with him.
There you go.
So
what happened?
Yeah. So at that point, it was a bit late to challenge the whole
You'd
deal.
be like one of your employees trying to explain that. Well, so what happened was I did not know my day was going to be taken, but it did that way. So when they get you there early, I'm always annoyed with doctors' offices and hospitals that they get you there at the crack of nothing. Like they get you there, oh no, you got to be checked in for 6:30.
Yeah, his appointment was the procedure was at 8.
And they get around with it. They get around to him by 8 or around then.
Yeah. We were in the car heading home at 8:55.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
you invested about 24 hours for
it's funny. The
20
nurse
minutes.
comes out and she says he's doing fine. He doesn't believe they took him back because he can't believe that he went to sleep and woke up that fast.
I've had many a night at the Iron Horse like that.
And then much like a night of the Iron Horse, on the way home, we stopped at Waffle House.
Somebody else drove you home.
Yeah, that was great.
Not that many nights that way. I was not, just put it out there for the boys and girls. We don't want to set a bad example, but well, good. So hopefully everything works out and you'll find out.
Yeah, it's all. So we'll see. But it was, an interesting day. And then much like, two guys hanging around all afternoon. My sister texted me at one point and said, what's he doing? Well, how's he doing? I said, he's fine. He keeps dozing off in the chair and saying he's not sleeping.
That sounds like my wife.
Yeah.
No, she admits when she does it, but she, that's one of her superpowers. And I give her, I sort of envy that. The woman can sleep, man. I mean, she doesn't sleep a lot, but when she says, I'm kind of tired, I'm going to sleep, bro, don't start a conversation. Don't try to you turn around, you turn back around. Oh, you weren't kidding. Boom. Boom. That's and she says that's a superpower and she sleep, and then she'll get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes I'm like, man, we ain't got chickens. We ain't got pigs. We ain't got no cow. Like what? Well, I'm thinking, yeah, me too. I think about going back to sleep.
Yeah. It's tempting when I wake up that early. I just get excited that I can go back to sleep.
I know. Yeah, it's a different mindset. She says that. Well, if you're up anyway, because that's always the worst. Yeah, 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, you wake up wide awake. Then it's really exciting. Oh, I'm definitely going back. It's when you wake up and you feel kind of wide awake at 5:30. And, you don't have to be up for another hour and a half or so.
Right. It's that no man's land wake up time.
I know we've talked about this about 100 times on 100 podcasts, but that's the other thing too. You make the assessment. Do I got to pee? Oh, don't think about it. Don't think about it. I thought about it. Dang it.
Well, last night I peed on the clock chime every hour.
But there you go. Maybe that's what it's for.
Yeah.
Every
just
hour.
remind you to go.
know what? I guess at one time people needed to know that. You know what I'm saying? Like, why?
I have no idea. It's the dumbest thing in the world to me.
You didn't think to get up and figure out a way to dismantle it or to disarm it or
Eh,
just.
I did, but again,
We grew up, and I bet you it's some man. Where would it be? We moved houses a few years back with my parents, but we had a wall cuckoo clock. Not like a grandfather clock, but
yeah, yeah,
a legit cuckoo clock, and it had two heavy the things
yeah.
were
The little what I don't know. I forgot what those
it
things were
looked it
called.
looked it looked like pine cones on ours, like two. Did you pull
Yeah, it
the
was a
chain up
chain, but it had like because you had
and
to
the
pull the
weights?
chain to wind it, huh?
Yes, you pull the chain, and then it might wind it for 24 hours or something, and then the weights would make its way down. But the same thing, that damn cuckoo clock, every hour, man, and it would cluck for the hour, like 1 o'clock,
Oh,
two
that
o'clock.
many times.
Bro, come 10 o'clock, 10. That's 10. That's 10. Whatever. I don't even remember what the
Cuckoo,
noise was.
cuckoo.
Something. And we
But I'm
just
like you. Who needs
just,
that?
you just took it for granted. Well, you just took it for granted. You just like like, oh, all right. Because I slept on the sofa quite. I'm sure we talked about that. Before we moved on up like the Jeffersons from Galliana to cut off into a bigger house there, man. When we were in our little house in Galliana, more often than not, I slept on the sofa, right? Because I wasn't sure. I had three sisters, and guess when we were young, you can get away with that. You ain't sleeping in a room with three.
No, no.
No. So a lot of times I just slept on the sofa, which was cool to me. I was like, TV's on all the, but same thing. I just got used to sleeping through freaking
Yeah,
cuckoo.
I'll say if I can't sleep here, and I've said this before, I'll take my weighted blanket and go sleep on the sofa.
Take my blanket.
When I was leaving the house, he said, "What is? Let me see that." He looked at my weighted blanket, and I said, "No, the doctor told you couldn't lift heavy stuff."
We got one. So my younger son, the one's in Thibodeau now, likes that. He likes that. So apparently for Christmas, one of the gifts was in it. And the same thing, there was a box that I went to, it was a wrap box that I went to move. What the heck? What is this? I was like, what you got him? Is this like a log, like a fireplace? I was like, dang, yeah, I guess sleeping on that. But I might need one this weekend. We're going up to bro, it's gonna be cold, man. But,
Yeah, it's gonna be freaking freezing here in the morning.
no way, really?
Yeah,
we're gonna get to like we're gonna get 30s here. I'm going up to Fort Worth. That's why we're doing this in an evening, guys. I got
Look,
some
if you
actual
find
work
there's
stuff.
if there's a good pillow there, go ahead and snag me one because mine's about shot.
That's right. Juan only shops hotels for his pillows. Staying at this place.
You going for work or for?
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna try to. I think my wife and one of my sons going to come with me just because it's a drive, and I got something on. I rarely have things on Saturday, but I got a Saturday afternoon thing. So and Fort Worth is kind of neat. So we're just going to get up there tomorrow. I'm going to work on a little bit on Saturday, and then we'll do something. Come back on Sunday. But I'm speaking to this bank it's the Fort Worth Hilton, and I just whatever booked the room, did whatever. And then didn't think. And then today I was digging around saying, well, let me see, make sure I know where it's at. And then I see there's like a JFK monument or tribute like at this. And I'm like, that's in Fort Worth though, man. I mean, like, why would they have a John F. Kennedy? He got assassinated in Dallas.
Yeah, in Dallas.
Come to find out, the place I'm staying is where he slept the night before.
Oh, and you got his room?
It's room 6. I read what it is. It's room 6, 620, some suite.
Do they rent that out still?
I don't know. I'm going to find out. I'm sure everybody asked about it, but then apparently, like,
go knock on the door. Let's see.
Apparently, right outside, there's where the monument is. Apparently, his last public address was there. He had like a couple thousand people outside this hotel where he was. History, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like,
if he'd have rode in President Biden's Corvette, history could be different. As secure as that car is.
Get documents in that thing, man, or just near it. It's
the aura of the car is safety.
Yeah. So we're gonna see what. Like I said, I've only been to Fort Worth. Of all the places I've been, I've only been to Fort Worth once or twice. But where we're staying, I guess I see there's a lot of, you kind of look at the Google Maps, and there's all
Hmm.
kinds of energy companies and all kinds of, and you can just tell a little bit about where you're staying. From my hotel, there are like 3 steakhouses, one in the hotel, two on the street. Like, that's the Texas stereotype. The Texas stereotype, man. We in oil and we eat steak.
Be a lot of
So
guys in sports jackets and cowboy hats.
we'll see. I guarantee none of them are going to be wearing an ACD shirts for
Yeah,
this,
well,
yeah, I like
rocking it out, man. Back in black.
it's a gift. It's kind of funny. I got a sister-in-law that she buys all kinds of, it's a Christmas thing, but a bunch of other stuff. But this is one of the, I think one of my sons has got a Guns N' Roses, and one of my sons has a whatever the band is. It's kind of funny. I wanted to ask her. I said, so we all supposed to wear these at the same time?
It's a family
bro,
deal.
bro,
Pink Floyd.
bro, that's a Bayou kind of gift, man. Me and my two sons, we got some rocking
out,
shirts, bro. Rocking shirt.
Get your Molly Hatchet shirt, and it'll be all over.
I was downstairs a while ago. My wife and son were down there, and I said, I walk through the room with this on, and my son says, "That looks like Charlie Brown shirt." I'm like,
yeah, it kind of does.
I don't think Charlie Brown ever wore ACDC.
No, but the way it's got the zigzag look.
I said, well, there you go. I said, whatever. I said, I don't know many times.
We're talking about Fort Worth and music. Is that where you having the walk-in song?
No. That's in Nashville, man. That's coming up. So yeah, that's hysterical. I forgot about, yeah. So I'm going to be in Nashville at wherever it's at. And I guess it's a pretty big event. They got like 600, 700 people there. So that's a pretty decent size. And what's funny, and I'll this is not going to be for another couple of months. So, I mean, it's going to be, I'll get pictures and stuff there. But what's fun about doing stuff in Nashville is that every time you show up to speak at an event in Nashville, whether it's a pretty big ballroom, whether it's a little room, whatever. I mean, the business of Nashville is live events. So they got guys that are just waiting for something to do. They got equipment like you. Every time I do anything in Nashville, I walk into the room and my joke is always, all right, when Garth's showing up, because this has got to be for Garth Brooks. Like, this is no way you guys got a
whole road crew setting up your sound.
Dude, they got like, I mean, boxes. It's crazy. It's like, you realize this is like a banker conference, dude. Like, I'm serious. Like, most of us don't even, like, there's no music. There's no.
I got your little pyro going in the back.
All right, I tell you what, I should this time. But you're joking. The reason you knew about it, so I sent in something I had to send them, and they sent me back saying, "Oh yeah, look, if you want to have a song, we play 15 seconds of a song as your after your
walkout."
Now I always make fun of that stuff. I always, because I've spoken this stuff before where they never ask me, and you just get up there and it's always something ridiculous. And remember one time I got up there and they played "Taking Care of Business" or something. That's Bobby Turner Overdrive. And first thing I did when I got up there, I just said, I just want y'all to know I did not choose that song. Nothing personal to the guys back there. They just randomly.
Got any BTO fans in the house? Nothing bad on you.
But then I saw put on Facebook for just help, like you guys. And yeah, I may just bring the list too of all the songs that my friends said I should have walked up to. I was kind of disappointed. Nobody put ABBA anywhere on there, man.
I put it.
You put ABBA?
I added it last night late.
I might not have caught it yet.
Money by ABBA.
Oh, money.
And the reason I put it is because as I was sitting down last night watching Wheel of Fortune, that was one of the things on one of the puzzles. And I'm not familiar with the song, but Pat Sajak announced that it was by ABBA.
So you were at your dad's house watching?
No, I didn't get that early. I was still here.
Dude, you watch Wheel of Fortune at your own house?
Yes.
With your weighted blanket and your own pillow? That's
right, man. Dude, my dad's house, it's either Fox News or some Western channel where it's all cowboy movies. Oh, he was watching the Pelicans last night, so I had to watch the basketball game.
Oh, he's the guy? He's the one?
Yeah. Him and my sister.
Really?
Yeah.
The Pelicans.
Yeah.
Okay. How long Zion been hurt? And I don't know that he's hurt. I'm just assuming he's hurt.
Yeah.
That's right. Right. There you go. That's why I figure the Saints are going to go hard after Lamar Jackson. Because what you really,
Would you want another injury prone guy?
Exactly. Really what, the recipe for sports in New Orleans since Drew Brees, I guess Drew Brees, it wasn't his problem. But with the basketball
No, but since
team,
he won, you figure last year it was Jameis got hurt this year. And
everybody was like, yeah, Jameis got hurt. I mean, nothing personal against him. They weren't that worried about it. And then I thought my man, the Red Rocket, was going to, and then we're like, when's Jameis coming back? So yeah. So it, but yeah, no, he ain't. So, the Texans got permission to talk to Sean Payton. Man, that's going to be a short conversation. He ain't coming around here. Or, you might, maybe Denver, That's the guy that's got it made. Russell Wilson is the man. Russell Wilson got a team to pay him basically guaranteed about $250 million. And he's playing quarterback about as well as I do right now.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got to be the most hated man in Denver.
You think. But anyway, so that's so good luck to Sean wherever he may land. But yeah, we're gonna have to figure out another time another way. Our recording schedule is going to be off next week too, because I'm going to West Palm Beach.
Nice.
Which just sounds pretentious just saying that. But going to West Palm, it was supposed to be in Naples, and then that hurricane tore things up, so they couldn't. So it's going to be in West Palm, but it'll be funny. So I got some email the other day, things to prepare for, and what's the weather like, and I'm like, it's Florida, man. It's
mid-70s, mid-80s.
But it also says that this is apparently, I guess they call it on season or in season on West Palm. So apparently this is when, like, all the people with money, they go up, they get these two houses and stuff. They all go up in the summer. They all up in the Northeast and whatever.
Yeah. It's probably snowbird season in Florida. All the people from the north go down.
All these riches is send folks there, but they're all here now. So the email was basically telling us to make our reservations early. I'm thinking, I can't afford to eat. I mean, does Waffle House need a reservation in West Palm?
It might. You never know.
Honey, good news. I got us a table at Chili's at 3:30 in the afternoon.
They're right, near the bar and the kitchen.
I think I got a coupon too. We'd be all right. So we got to. So I'm saying we got to do that. We're going to do that. It's going to be. So look forward to it. See what things. I'm trying. What else is travel wise? Thankfully, I wasn't there a couple of days ago when just all of a sudden. Hey, I thought it was a joke at first. I get up in the morning, I get my coffee, I'm sitting around, I'm clicking up on the computer, pulling things up. The entire airline, all U.S. flights have been grounded. Yes. It's like, that's not a minor thing, yo.
Yeah. I saw something on the local news yesterday just popping up. I guess on my news feed. And I'm like, of course that's not in Baton Rouge. Why are y'all posting that here? And then I realized, Jesus, it's everywhere. Everywhere. Just, yeah, we got a glitch in the software. And well,
luckily
our Secretary of Transportation travels privately.
Pete's on the case, man. Pete's on the case. They showed him after, like, they were asking him questions. Says, we're gonna do a after event review, and we're gonna figure out what happened. I'm like, I don't think that's how the job's supposed to work, bro.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I mean, sure, but that's like we're talking about Blanco last week. All we can do is pray. No. You can do more than pray.
Yeah.
I can only pray. Hey, I can do an after event report, right? I got no clearance.
People got stranded all over.
I can tell you. Yeah, I can tell you what happened. The key is to figure out how not to let it happen. But I did read somebody, a pretty smart person that I try to follow, and he basically said if it wasn't foreign, but basically what happened, it had all the hallmarks of this is a hack. It could be, but it wasn't. Everybody out there, Well, it is, but now everybody else knows, oh, that's all it takes.
Yeah.
That little system right there is all it takes to just ground everything. Nice. I think about that all the time. We're here in Houston, okay? Not a small place. Man, you get like one wreck. You get like one whatever. And stuff's backed up for miles. And it just makes you realize, it wouldn't even take much of a concerted effort if it's just a few people just to like abandon their cars. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right. Let's all, how many lanes are there? 5.
We're gonna
ride side by side.
We're gonna synchronize it, and then at a certain time, just stop, throw the keys away, get out. Granted, maybe I'm weird thinking that kind of stuff, but I think about it all the time when I'm driving and I see like, man, miles of traffic by 2 cars.
Yeah,
2 cars.
Some dude had a flat.
But I had some friends come in during the week from he's up in Pittsburgh, but he was down in Houston, and he asked get together for dinner. So I'm like, yeah. So I told him the place I like to go to now, Midtown. It's near where my son does his plays and stuff. Really cool place. So we're lining it up, and he's got some friends coming with him. So I'm just like all, hey, good. I'm gonna show you, talk a little bit about Houston. And I'm cocky because I'm get down and going the back ways. I get there and everything's, I'm gonna beat them to the place. And as I'm pulling up on the street, man, there are lights everywhere, cop lights everywhere. I'm like, oh man. And then this is bad. This is me because I'm meeting people and I'm hoping it's not too, but I'm thinking, I just hope somebody got shot. You know what I'm saying? That's not, because that's quick. You know what I'm saying? And if somebody got
nothing
shot,
that's go. Yeah, it's more of a rubberneck thing than a.
They're not going to close. They're not going to close a block if somebody got shot. I mean, that's just gonna. Then as I pull up and the street's blocked. Why is that street blocked? So then I don't know myself well enough to like. I put myself exactly where I didn't want to be. I went down to the next street, turned with everybody else, and I'm just stuck in traffic. And I see lights ahead of me, some more lights, and like, man, lights everywhere. What the? And the cops, and we're not moving. I see a cop ahead of me. So I'm gonna ask this cop when I get up to him, and I realize I'm kind of an idiot because I'm rolling my windows down, probably in a place I shouldn't be rolling my windows down, right? And the window down. And why do we still say roll? There's no rolling involved anymore. Right? Just realize that. That's an old man talking. I rolled my windows down. I cranked that thing down there. And as I rolled it, as I pressed the window went down, got a distinct smell of natural gas.
Oh, wow.
And that explained, that's what those crews were doing a while ago.
Yeah.
And man, I am like a block and a half, 2 blocks away from where this is going on. But I guess the breeze must have been blowing that way. And then I'm just sitting there going, well, they're making a real great impression on out of towners, like, hey, welcome to Houston. Don't blow up,
Yeah. No smoking, please.
So I'm sitting there. So I think to call my friend and say, hey man, listen, weirdness. I think there's a gas leak down there where I was supposed to go. And he said, oh, well, we're almost there now. Hang on. Let me call the place, see if they're, because it was, they were working on the line. I mean, you could see it from the restaurant, this big place we were. So he calls them up while I'm trying to figure out where to, says they're open. You just got to come through the side because the utility crews have their parking lot blocked. And I'm like, are we really going to go eat in a place that they're fixing a gas line right outside? And we did.
Yeah,
we did.
Yeah, they had a gas stove in there.
Well, the only stress we had there was, it's not stress, but so we kind of sat around, had a couple of drinks talking. By the time we came down to order, the guy apologizes, says, okay, it might take a little longer than usual because the entire gas crew just placed an order. There must have been like 25 guys outside working on the stuff. So they had just, but happy to say, hey, you need those guys. They got so many unessential people in this world. They got politicians. You can get rid of a third of the politicians blindly and not even know. But man, those utility workers and the cops, hey man, shout out.
And luckily, despite your wish, nobody got shot.
Well, it was early. The night was young. You know what I mean? No, well, yeah. It's Houston. It's not like it's New Orleans. Hey,
right.
I don't know. I read, I didn't pull it up here. I was reading something about Mardi Gras and, all the locals putting out warnings to others about, whatever. They're going to come down and it's going to be what it is. Did you see, and I thought this was a joke at first, and man, it's legit. First of all, I didn't know that the Miss Universe contest was happening in New Orleans.
Oh, I didn't either.
Or apparently happened in New Orleans. Okay. Or it might be going on right now. I don't know. But they showed Miss Ukraine, okay, who, by the way, yowza, is just stunning. Give it to the Russians and the Ukrainians and that part of the world, man. They just have some stunningly beautiful women. So
they do genetic modification, right?
Man, I don't know. I don't know what they've been doing over there, but Miss Ukraine is just a stunner. But her costume, apparently, when they come out, I guess part of Miss U, who knows? Didn't Trump used to own Miss Universe?
I think he owned, that one and Miss USA.
It's such a Trump thing, right? So I don't know, but apparently she comes out and her costume just opens up and it's massive wings. And she is, I wrote it down. Miss Ukraine, she's a battle angel. She's a battle angel of
is that her profession?
Hang on. Siri jumped in when I said that. And it's out of like Saint Michael the Archangel, whatever. Impressive costume. I mean, like it looked like a movie scene, like
so they have a costume competition within it, or
I don't know. I guess I guess maybe when they first introduce you, you wear
that may have taken over the sexist bathing suit competition.
Maybe so, but I think she was in a gown. I mean, I think she wasn't exactly wearing overalls. I mean, it was I'll find the picture, but yeah, I was just like, oh man, that was, again, it looked comedic. It looked like it was like back when Saturday Night Live was funny. It looked like the kind of thing they would do, like, oh, Miss Ukraine's going to be a battle angel. But
did she win?
I don't know. I may still be going on for all I know. I guess it's a one-night event. Who knows, man? You remember back in the day when Miss USA and Miss Universe were a big deal?
Yeah.
You watch that stuff. You were vested in that stuff. Besides the fact we didn't have, cable and whatever. It was
you're right. It was,
best looking
30% of your options.
Best looking women you've ever seen. That's it. They're going to be on TV tonight, right? And and I always remember that, man. Texas was always we all would get excited when Miss Louisiana would make it every now and then, right? Wasn't it like Allie Landry? Wasn't she? Does that name ring a bell?
Yep.
Did she win the whole thing, or
I think she did win, and then she became a model, and
right.
She was in a Doritos Super Bowl commercial one time,
and then when she discovered gumbo and jambalaya and just I don't know. I'm sure that's not the case, guys. She's beautiful, but but I used to be a big deal. Now you don't even know it's on, but I'm watching that thinking, the world we living in. So I'm seeing a picture here of Battle Angel Miss Ukraine at the Miss Universe, and the same week, what's his face? 5'6" Zelensky. I can't just the sweatpants wearing dude that's dressed as Congress. He's here accepting a Golden Globe award from Spicoli.
Get out. Oh, for that documentary Spicoli did? No, I didn't watch that.
I don't know these.
I think Sean Penn did a documentary on Ukraine.
I got no freaking idea, but Sean Penn gave a Golden Globe to this guy. And I'm like, I thought we had some existential, like the most important thing in the world is going on over there.
Was he there?
Yes. He was there to accept it live.
Yeah.
Now granted, did I see it? No. I saw the clip? Yes. Did I do it with the sound off? 100%. I refuse. I refuse to let any of that stuff into my ears. Like I don't even want to hear, and read the next day like it was the lowest rated Golden Globe, which is saying a lot. Right. That's sort of also the world we live in right now too, man. I don't really look to watch anything while it's happening except sports.
Yeah.
Right. I'm just like, yeah, whatever. And then I'm going to read about it after. And if it seems like something that might be enjoyable to watch, I'll go back and watch it. It's just a different world. I mean, you just like.
Well, from what I heard about the Golden Globe, they said it was as though everyone there was scared to laugh. They didn't want to take a chance of offending anybody for anything.
That gets old real quick, man.
Oh,
gets old.
Yeah.
I mean, I gotta
watch.
But
Sean Penn, I mean, it's been a long time since I've seen him, but that dude looks like he's had it rough. He didn't age super well.
I mean, it's hard to say. He's
I'm sure he didn't have it rough, but he probably just.
No, well, he's like a chain smoker. So anybody who's sort of a chain smoker, once you get to it, you're gonna look a little weathered. It just happens. I mean, whatever. I have no issue with his looks. He's just the dumbest human being I've ever. I mean, like, I just stop, or do this. And look, man, it's everybody's God-given right to be an idiot. It is. I mean, and all of us are at different points in our lives and different times of the day, we may be idiots, or at least ignorant. But don't be the guy on TV that's just a total idiot lecturing everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Now, I did see him, or see the clip of him one time on Sean Hannity.
Mm.
And it was basically, which he made great sense. He said, if I don't come on shows like this, the people who I want to hear what I have to say don't hear what I want them to hear.
Yeah, but he's also on Hannity, because if he'd have gone on Tucker, Tucker would have ripped him a new one. Hannity.
This could have been before Tucker was even around. So
no, that was recent. I know what you're talking about. Yeah. By the way, Hannity, and I'm an equal opportunity. Hannity's a top 5 dumb person in the world. So I mean, don't.
Yeah, I don't like Hannity. I don't ever watch Hannity.
It's kind of funny. We're trying not to go political, but that kind of, I mean, let's go back to it, guys. This is what's a recurring theme we try to remind you of on a regular basis. Everybody's lying.
They're all lying.
They're all lying. Every single one of them. They're lying, and it's hard to pay attention to everything it's just like right now. Again, we're going to kind of circle back on that. We opened up talking about the funny world we're living in. And hey, man, remember a couple months ago having classified documents in your house? That was like, man, they should shoot you on sight. That's the worst thing in the world. You should, right? And now that somebody else is defining this stuff, it's okay.
It was an innocent mistake.
Okay, so now they came out today and they got a special prosecutor. All right, you heard that? You saw that?
Yeah.
So special prosecutor. Well, if the special prosecutor is basically the best friend, buddy, protege of the guy you're thick as thieves with, okay? And then once you got a quote unquote special prosecutor, anytime somebody says, I want to see this record, I want to see whatever, we want to investigate this, all they have to say is, can't give you that.
Yep.
That's under the purview
of the control of the justice
of the special prosecutor. Exactly. So listen, if ever I do bite the bullet and decide, okay, I'm just going to go be president because I got nothing better to do, the day I get there, I'm telling put everything on the special prosecutor. Everything I do, it's under review. And in 70 years, we'll tell you what I did. I'm actually, and it's kind of funny. So like one of my brother-in-laws that lives here in town. So he's a true Renaissance guy. I mean, dude can cook, dude can fix stuff. He's a computer guy. He's a band director. He can get into bar fights. I mean, dude is just, no, I'm serious. I mean, like, he's from Crowley. You know what I'm saying? Like, we always joke about that. I talk about, man, I'm from Cut Off. And he's like, Crowley, bro, Crowley. And a few times I've been in Crowley, I'm like, yeah, he's right. It's you come out of Crowley, yeah. But anyway, we had talked about for his birthday, we're going to get him we never know what to get. So it's like, I'll bring you to a football game. We'll just figure out actually my wife's suggestion. Mm-hmm. Just go.
That's a good idea.
Let's go to, but the Texans suck, right? The Texans suck. And it's like, and busy. So we never really pulled it off. Right. So I just said, let's just go to, we'll find another fun event. We'll find something. Dude, I booked tickets this week. I texted him, and my wife did. I texted him, and this is when you tell you're getting old. I said, bro, you feel like going to see Chicago the musical at
I saw it was playing in New Orleans. But
it's in Houston in a few weeks, and my older son was the theater guy, so the three of us go.
Dude's night out.
Dude's night. It's so funny, man. A Friday night, man. Forget the NFL, bro. We're going to see Chicago the musical.
That's it, man. Make sure you're dressed nice.
We're gonna go do some tailgating. Gonna go
get some matching t-shirts or something to wear.
I don't know that we're gonna do that, but
so I went to a wedding shower, I guess a groom shower at my office yesterday. The owner's son who works there is getting married, and the good thing about stuff like that where I work is the company buys all the gifts, and you just show up.
Nice.
Yeah, they play little goofy games with it and stuff. But so then they pass around popsicle sticks, and everybody had to write the their idea for a good date night, and put it in a bucket to give to them. So I wrote Guys Night Out. That was my suggestion.
Oh, so this is after he's married.
Right. So he'll take this for a
good
night.
date night. You know, that's when you got to get into details. Is that pre-kids, post-kids?
Right. But then I read them all and I said, you see this thing right here? This is evidence of why everybody has what do you want to do? I don't know. What do you want to do? I said, because that's about what this bucket here says.
Just take control, man. Just say this. Somebody's not going to be happy. So why we can spend 30 minutes?
Right. And I've been to the point where it's just like, I just get so annoyed with it. It's like, screw it. I'm not even hungry anymore.
I just get to the point of, I'm going to have a beer wherever we're at. We're good. Let's just do first world problems, bro. First world problems. Just like lack of eggs.
Dude, it's all, but the chicken died. That's what it is. Apparently it's just the egg layers is what I heard.
I don't believe that. That sounds like a lie they tell you. I blame Buttigieg for this too, man. I think
plane that the chickens were going to be on.
I think Mayor Pete was. I think they're just trying to see what they can do, man. I mean, between trying to ban gas stoves, we ain't got no eggs. Yeah, we're grounding the planes.
Maybe they're just trying to set you off because one of the best things about having a gas stove is frying you up some eggs.
I don't know. We'll see. Topic for another podcast because we got to get out of this. It's before you. The buffet, a little light on eggs because eggs are pretty expensive.
Yeah, they're
right
expensive. They're expensive. We're not getting paid for this, but
That's
heavy
right.
on security.
Better believe it. So the buffet has been laid out before you. Have at it. Do with it what you will. Same price as it was last week. Absolutely free.
No inflation effect here.
You can be watching or listening to this and hit rewind and listen to some other parts again. That's free too.
Dude, they're right. It's not like, not like downloading this baby and just, sorry.
It's all good. So we're going to push the button. Get on out of here. Hopefully this stuff stuck to the magic tape up in the sky. If you want to reach us, you know how to do it. It's Dave and Juan at protonmail.com. We get around to them. We do read them. Yeah. We do read them eventually. But so hit us
Reading's
there.
a challenge, but
Yeah. Any of the other social media things you can hit us on. Go ahead.
Yeah. Yep. All of them. YouTube, Facebook, every place and any place there's a podcast.
Is there?
We're there.
Find us. It's not that hard. And if you can't find us, how'd you find this one? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. You're already here.
You're here.
Like being at my house and asking me how to get to my house.
That's right. Whatever you did, do that next week. There you go. Simple. All right. We always say it. Not a suggestion. Not a hint.
No.
Oh man, dude. And you don't have to go find high security papers.
No, bro, this is transparent. That's how you do it. This is transparency on overload.
We don't take this advice and hide it near our Corvette in the garage, y'all.
No
we
pretending to believe this
every week. Hey, it's a freaking mandate. Get out there, try to live your best life, bro. Try. Have the best week of your life. Starts with the best hour. You're welcome.
We just gave it to you.
That's right. Best day, best week. Take your shots. Take your shots, man. Come back next week. Tell us all about it. Until then, hey, everybody, have a fantastic one. You too, bro. Love you, man.
I got you. I follow, my son went to University of Alabama. And if you've ever been on like these next door pages or whatever they're called, the next door apps.
Yeah.
Well, they've got, some of the universities have Facebook pages like for the parents. And those things are like those pages on steroids to me, or on steroids monitored by helicopter parents. So I don't know, I was bored the other day and I was reading one. And so here, I'll read it to you. It said, daughter locked out of room at birth. That's one of the dorms. New roommate was asked not to lock the door as my daughter, was running to the kitchen. Well, the roommate left and locked the daughter's keys in the room. She's a new foreign exchange student. My daughter has tried several numbers with no answer. The RA is nowhere to be found. And, people are trying to be helpful and whatever. So I commented, I bet she never leaves without her keys again. And so then some mom comments, likely not, but how about showing some compassion?
She got locked out of the room, for God's sakes.
Right. And I said, it's compassion. So are you saying I should blame the foreign exchange student too?
Dude,
I think that was the unneeded addition to the post.
you brought in the foreign exchange.
Right. I'm judgmental.
They don't deserve you, Juan.
Right. Of course, my
don't
natural
deserve
born child, it can't be stupid enough to lock her keys in a room. It's got to be that darn foreign exchange student. So there you go. I'm just here to help.
Nice job.
Thank you.